start off with the opener. First off, I want to thank everyone for being here. This is it's history, and just so glad to be a JCSU alumnus on a day such as today. We did so many things that have not been done in so long, and some things that have never been done. And as an alumnus, I'm so proud. As a Charlottean, I'm proud. As a young man that when I first moved to Charlotte with my mother, we lived right down the street by the Bojangles, and went to Randolph Middle School, then East Mac, and Johnson C. Smith right up the street. Never knew I would end up here, but what I did know was that we struggled in football, and then ended up coming here, and it's just a great moment right now to be able to represent the university and to represent the city of Charlotte. I'll take questions.
In terms of the obvious historic nature of what's going on here today, talk a little bit about that. From 1972 to today, there's been a lot put into this particular moment, especially after losing the Virginia Union.
Yes.
Talk a bit about that journey.
Yes, the journey, it started so long ago with us, starting in 22, but the journey from this season, before you can even talk about this season, you have to really go back to last season at this moment where we didn't finish strong at 8-0 and then lost the last two, lost opportunities to go to the championship game. Those are learning lessons, and then get to Virginia Union. Wow. And that was probably one of our biggest lessons that we learned because I'll give Union all the credit. They played championship football. They showed us something that day. And we went back, regrouped, and believed in each other even more. And again, just so proud of the coaching staff and the work that they put in, and the young men. I mean, it's well documented that All-American wide receiver Brevin Caldwell hasn't played this year except for one instance. All CIAA defensive end Lamone Hill. We've lost four-star tailback Camaro Edmonds. Lost him in week 2. Lost Avante George, who was a top 10 rusher last year in the CIAA. We're playing today without Cravaris Crouch. So the list goes on of Golden Bulls that aren't available to play, but we just keep playing hard and believing in each other. And that's what I want to say is our culture showed today, our core values, and just what we believe in here. It all showed today.
Coach, you talk about the maturation process of this team from a season ago. Obviously lost to Fayetteville State, Livingstone back-to-back, win this year. Let's talk about the growth that you've seen in this team. I know you talked a lot about instilling good qualities in these young men, not just football players, but as men for the future. Talk about the revelation you've seen in this group.
What I've seen in this group is really, it is growth. Today's senior day, and it's so fitting that these young men, a lot of them started off as what we call day one guys. We're here when the grass was on the field. We were 2-7. We're here and we were getting dressed up in another locker room, didn't have a weight room that fit us as the program grew. But the maturation, again, we lost these games, as you said. We lost these games last year, and that's part of the maturation process. We had no choice but to look at the example that Virginia Union set. They're a 2-time defending champion, and they showed it. When we beat Virginia Union last year, look at those scores and what they did to everybody else. We looked at that. Once we lost to Union, we said, let's look at what this championship team did. And we looked at it, and you look at what we did coming off that loss. We mowed down a whole lot of doggone people. And then to end it with your rival who's going to play you tough, it's just growth and maturation. I really wish you all could have been there for a lot of the conversation and what was going on the sideline. Stuart Scott, his famous saying is cool as the other side of the pillow. We had a bunch of that going on, but because we always knew if we were just taking turns all game. And when I say taking turns, defense, those 2 touchdowns they got were just blown assignments. When we were on offense, they were blown assignments. It was just, we call it the taking turns syndrome. We were just taking turns everywhere. And so when we stopped taking turns, we can play some good ball. And again, the confidence showed on 4th down. I mean, we had 4th down, and folks were saying, kick the field goal. We got the #1 defense around. Why kick the field goal? When you kick a field goal, you risk penetration, a block, and then they get a score without having your best weapon on the field. And for us, that defense is a doggone weapon. And so that's why we went for it. And also, give your guys a shot. We threw it up to Reggie Daniel. Reggie Daniel, 6'3" wide receiver. He's come down with a lot of those catches that KD threw up for him. And then also, KD, after the coming to the sideline, he said, "Thank you, coach. Thank you for believing in us to give us that shot on 4th down." That's what this program is. We believe in our young men.
Coach, talk to me about exercising some demons. There were moments these past 2 weeks that kind of felt like it might be deja vu. And you say a lot of times, would you want it any other way? Talk to me just about the energy of wanting that tough fight and then just those moments of deja vu and how you guys kind of exercise those.
Yeah, what you can really see, the easy thing would have been go win by 3 or 4 scores. That would have been the easy thing. But if you just look at our season and the journey that we've taken, this is how this was going to be a tough game. They're a good defense, offense. Their offense played with a lot of spunk today. They were going to play us hard. They wanted to end our season. But I'm just so proud of our young men because we believe in each other. We believe, and what we do know is we have an explosive offense. We have explosive special teams, and you could see that. I mean, right before the half. I mean, that field goal, approaching 50 yards with plenty of distance. It's just we believe what you look at when I want everyone to take a look and see is on offense, defense, and special teams is that we believe in our young men. You come to practice every day and practice like we practice. You lift like we lift. You go to meetings the way that we do when your attention is required at all times. Your attention to detail is required at all times. That's why we can go out and have these type of wins when we don't have to panic, because what we do know is someone is going to make a play. And no matter how much we're getting in each other's way and messing things up, we're going to come to. We're going to come back to center and make a play. And again, it's the maturation process because as we know, we've been here and lost these games, okay? But it's that's the experience that put us in a position to win these types of games. Very rarely in any walk of life do you just appear and you have instant success and sustain it. Most of the time when you're going to build a championship program, you got to take some steps and you have to build. And guess what's going to come with that? Some heartbreak, some lessons. And that's what we've been doing. We've been learning lessons all along the way. And you know what? I've been throwing hints. There was no way. I don't know what. There was no way that we were going to lose that ball game today.
2 more questions, please.
There was no way we were going to lose that ball game today with everything that was on the line. And that's why our young men were so confident. We've been in this situation before and lost. And we say we pride ourselves on winning and learning lessons. You don't lose, you learn. We pride ourselves on that, and this was just another example.
Talk to me about next week. I know you're celebrating right now.
Yes.
That's all great. But there is Virginia Union to deal with.
That one? Virginia Union won?
Yeah.
We don't know yet. Last score was 14-3.
14-3 Union up?
Yes.
But in terms of Union, obviously you lost to them earlier this year. You talked about the standard that they set.
Yes.
In terms of next week, what will the message be other than you have to get through them to get a title?
Oh, wow. I don't have it yet. But I know part of the message, it's not going to be about revenge because they beat us. That revenge doesn't do anything as far as your actual execution. That game taught us a lot. And what it's already, without even giving them the message for the game, what our team knows, the message after that game was Virginia Union played championship level football. Okay, they looked like a 2-time champion. Okay, and we fell short. So what we know is what is a message always in our program is if we play well, we'll have an opportunity to win. Virginia Union caused us not to play our best football. So I'm looking forward. I know that we're going to have a good week of practice. It's going to have a lot of energy, and we're going to formulate a good plan to go to Durham and play for the 2025 CIAA Championship.
Coach, when you think about KD and a lot of these guys who transferred in here to Johnson C. Smith University and now to make history here at this school in Charlotte, just what does it mean for those guys to just come in and just now for the future of Johnson C. Smith University?
Well, I tell you what, with KD, and some others that transfer. I mean, when you're a senior and you transfer, it has to all go right. Okay, when you're a senior and you transfer to a school, you're putting all your eggs in that basket. And then for him to be a quarterback and come to JCSU, where if you come in and your quarterback position, it's a lot on you. And to come in and know that we were one step away from going, it's championship appearance or bust. And you look at what he's done, he's welcomed it. And not just him, some others that we had come in. But I'm so happy for him because of the history that he and I have. I've known Kelvin Durham since he was 17 years old and a senior at South Dade High School. I've known him that long. I've known his family that long in recruiting him. And so to have coached him, I really coached him 2 years because COVID came. And so then we had a season. So I was around him a lot. And so then to have him go 3 years being an outstanding quarterback, set a standard for quarterbacking at Fort Valley State, and then come here as a young man. And since he's been here, I'll say this about KD. My players know that I'm known to give him the business, everybody. I haven't given him the business since he's been here because you know what? When he was a freshman at Fort Valley, he got enough for everybody. So he's just grown, and I can really just when I see him and I talk to him, I just hear his maturation.
Last question.
Coach, you talked about just the journey of a kid from East Meg who played here and now had the chance to come back. If that kid from East Meg that played for this school could see where this program is now, how proud do you think he would be?
Man, it would be surreal because of the history at JCSU. And this short period of time, how we built this program. And again, you guys know I'm going to always talk about our academics to see where our academics are right now compared to when we first came in and what the goal and the focus has been, and to see our recruiting and the process that we go through to recruit the young men that come here. I mean, it's just makes me too proud. I mean, a lot of the guys I'm hugging outside after the game, they were guys that I played with. There were guys that I played with here at JCSU. One of my best friends that I played with at high school, Edward House, played with him in high school at East Mac. Then we came to Johnson C. Smith. And you talk about an embrace that was just unreal, to feel that embrace of men that we've been through some bad times together, but to get to this point. And I'm looking forward to going to the tailgate where our young men are going to eat post-game meal. They're going to eat post-game meal with the group that's played here, a 100 club that's made up of Johnson C. Smith alums. They all came together to give this meal for our guys. So when you say, what does it mean? It gives you it's a different type of pride because as I said at the beginning, it's not just it's Johnson C. Smith for sure, but it's not just about JCSU. It's about the city, and I am a proud Charlottean, as you can see from the hat. That's 704. That's Charlotte, and I love my school. I love my city. I love my young men, and I'm looking forward to us enjoying this win. Did everybody get theirs? Because I don't want, this is history. This is history, and I don't want to make sure if anybody got one, I want to get this one. Yes, ma'am.
What do you anticipate the most this year about this rivalry?
Hard fought. The team in Salisbury, we wouldn't expect anything less. We wouldn't expect anything less from them. Coach Gilbert and I have a good relationship, and again, I started the week off by saying that I'm just so happy, and I congratulate the president for they found a donor for him. And so, yes, it's a heated rivalry, but we still do have a certain care for each other. We want to see each other do well, except when we play each other, okay, because of the distance. But Livingstone, I said their name. But those guys, they do a good job. They fought hard. They wanted to end it again for us. But we expect a close game. But it just shows that, I'm glad that we are a team that brings the best out of people. We bring the best. We knew coming into the game that we're going to be the best team they played all season, okay? And they were going to raise their level of play because it's a rivalry. And so I'm glad to say that I've seen Johnson C. Smith University go to a team that when we play people, everybody gets up for us. There's not too many games that we play where we could say, oh, that team just laid down for us. People fight us hard. Any others, man? Everybody good?
If I could ask
Go ahead.
one. 9 wins.
Yes.
School record.
Yes.
Does that sink into?
No, it doesn't. But it's one of our goals, though. We start our meetings on Monday always start with state of the program, and then we show our goals that we started off with from day one in training camp. And our goals have always been, you want to beat your rivals. You want to beat your rivals, okay? You want to win your conference games, win your home openers. You want to put yourself in a position to play for the CIAA Championship. We've done that. You want to put yourself in a position to go to the Division II playoffs. First time in school history. We've done that. And so now we want to go win the CIAA championship, and we want to get a D2 berth. So those things have not sunk in yet. They haven't. I mean, there's so many firsts that we've done. So many from last year. So many that we have accomplished now. As long as Johnson C. Smith University has been playing football, and we heard when the first game was today, the first HBCU game was played between Biddle and the team from Salisbury, where we rode that horse and buggy up there. And I have to throw this shot. We rode the horse and buggy up there because they didn't have any to come down here. I got to throw that one in there. Okay? But to know that we have played that long and that today we have set a record for the most wins in school history, that's something that's going to sit in and feel really good once this season is over, to take that in, because there's so much history behind that right there. And just so proud of our young men for staying the course. Is everybody good? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
We'll have a
Thank y'all.
press